It was a clear afternoon on runway 23 at Ahmedabad's Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport when Air India Flight AI-171, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner bound for London, took off at exactly 1:39 p.m. with 242 people on board, 230 passengers and 12 crew members. The weather was perfect, visibility was clear, and the aircraft began its ascent like any normal flight. But just moments after liftoff, something went catastrophically wrong. The aircraft climbed to only about 625 feet, barely above a skyscraper, before it suddenly began losing altitude. At 1:42 p.m., the flight crew issued a chilling mayday call, a desperate signal that would be their last. 2 minutes later, the plane disappeared from radar and crashed into the densely populated Meganinagar neighborhood, striking a building on the campus of BJ Medical College. A fiery explosion followed, sending smoke into the sky and chaos through the streets. Every soul on board was presumed lost, except one. Amid the horror and devastation, one detail stunned investigators and the public alike. A single survivor emerged from the wreckage. Seated in 11A, a window seat located near an emergency exit in the economy cabin, 28-year-old Vishu reportedly heard a loud, unnatural bang just 30 seconds after takeoff. As the aircraft plummeted and chaos erupted inside the cabin, he somehow managed to push open a damaged emergency door after the crash and walked out of the wreckage, astonishingly, without major injuries. Contrary to early speculation that he jumped, witnesses say he calmly walked away from the site, disoriented but alive. Experts believe this was only possible because the aircraft never reached high altitude before the crash, making an escape from a broken section of the fuselage technically survivable, though still almost miraculous. His account of hearing a loud noise so early in the flight has now become a key clue in unraveling the mystery behind the crash. Shortly after takeoff, Flight AI-171 began to lose altitude rapidly, triggering a distress call from the pilots at 1:42 p.m. The urgent Mayday signal sent to air traffic control indicated a critical emergency on board. Within just 2 minutes, radar and tracking systems lost contact with the aircraft, suggesting a sudden and uncontrollable descent. At approximately 1:44 p.m., the plane crashed into a densely populated area near the airport, hitting a building on the campus of BJ Medical College. The impact caused a massive explosion, sending thick black smoke billowing into the sky and shocking witnesses nearby. This rapid sequence of events raised immediate questions about what catastrophic failure could have led to such a swift and devastating crash so soon after takeoff. The loud bang Vishu reported just moments after takeoff has sparked intense speculation about what may have caused the crash. One theory suggests a dual-engine failure, an extremely rare but catastrophic event. Interestingly, no visible smoke was captured in the aftermath footage, raising the possibility that both engines lost thrust simultaneously without external signs like fire or explosion. This could point to a mechanical failure deep within the engines themselves, or even a disruption in the aircraft's fuel supply. In either case, losing power from both engines at such a low altitude would have left the pilots with virtually no options, severely limiting their ability to stabilize or guide the plane to safety. Another potential cause being explored is a critical failure in the aircraft's control surfaces, specifically the flaps. On a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, flaps play a vital role in generating lift during takeoff. These surfaces are normally extended to a specific setting, typically flaps 5 or higher, to help the aircraft become airborne safely. After gaining enough altitude and speed, they are gradually retracted. However, in the case of the AI-171 crash, early data suggests the flaps may have been either fully retracted or never deployed at all. This abnormal condition would have drastically reduced lift, especially at low speeds, making it nearly impossible for the aircraft to climb properly. If the flaps were not set as required, even experienced pilots would have struggled to maintain control, leading to a rapid and unrecoverable descent. Ahmedabad's Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport is located alarmingly close to densely populated neighborhoods, increasing the risk during emergencies. Experts have also pointed to overlooked dangers, frequent bird activity, poorly addressed roosting zones, and a single 9,186-foot runway that leaves little room for error. A major concern is the 4-meter-high concrete base holding the localizer system near the runway's end, which may have worsened the crash impact. These factors suggest serious safety oversights that could have contributed to the tragedy. The black box from the crashed Air India flight has been sent for urgent analysis, marking the start of a thorough investigation by the Aviation Ministry. Authorities are focusing on several key areas: whether the flaps were properly extended during takeoff, the quality and flow of the aircraft's fuel, engine performance data, and detailed cockpit voice recordings. These elements will be crucial in determining whether mechanical failure, human error, or a combination of both led to the tragic crash. The crash of Air India Flight AI-171 is more than just a tragedy. It's a wake-up call for the entire aviation industry. It exposes how even a minor lapse in equipment checks or overlooked environmental risks can spiral into catastrophe. Vishu's survival isn't just miraculous, it's a haunting mystery that demands answers. As investigators dig deeper, the need for stronger training protocols, rigorous flap and engine inspections, and smarter airport zoning around densely populated areas has never been clearer. The cost of complacency is simply too high.